Hello, guys. We're back. It's been a while.
It's been quite a while.
Quite a while, yeah. Busy summer, but now we're going to discuss Nokia.
Not now. In the end. Yeah, you get to show off your new Nokia at the end of the video.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yes,
fine. That
yeah.
makes me happy.
Yeah.
Since we were here last, which was in what, May? April, May?
Yeah.
A lot has happened in the tech world.
Mm.
So we'll just go through it simply, quickly.
I think we reached the Ryzen
5 launch. I did a test.
And you built.
I built a machine and did a little bit of a test. And after that, there's been many new launches.
Yeah. The first one was the Ryzen 3. It's the budget version of Ryzen.
Budget solution, i3 competitor.
Yeah.
I would say it pretty much rendered the i3 obsolete.
Of course you'd say that. Yeah. But I agree. Okay, it's okay.
Now, well, you can buy a 4-core, 4-thread processor for less than 2-core.
Yeah.
4-thread processor.
It was and is now the budget option for the low-cost computers.
Yeah, at the
whether
moment,
you're gaming or not.
That will change, maybe.
Yeah.
Time will show. Time will show.
And then, of course, we had the kind of the pre-new AMD cards, which was the
refresh of RX
400 series.
400 series, now 570 and 580.
Which was a bit of a letdown.
Kind of, but now new drivers and stuff, and they seem to perform quite a bit of a percentage higher than
at launch, yeah.
Which
is typical AMD.
So I'm not sure about the numbers, but I would say it's about 10% now above the 4 series, which makes them for 1080p gaming a very good option.
Yeah, 1080p,
I would have to say.
spot on.
Obviously, the mining craze has driven the prices up, so don't buy one at the moment. Wait.
Almost. These days it's almost hard just to get the hold of a good video card, graphic card.
I actually I upgraded my screen to a 1440p screen, so I need to update my graphics card, and it's crazy. I went in and looked at AMD cards.
Of course,
there's hardly any available.
Yeah.
I was looking at 580 to play on medium settings, and but I'd like a Vega 56. But maybe I have to settle for a 1070.
You can't get your hands on them, and this is like a video of its own with the money mining, the Bitcoin mining, yeah. So that's another show. But then, of course, the big thing from AMD, the end of all this in the CPU line, was the Threadripper.
The Threadripper.
Yeah, which is kind of
enthusiast grade.
Yeah. I think the biggest one is
1950X.
Yeah, 16 core, 32 threads, which is $1,000 CPU. So, I mean, that's not. You're a bit more than.
It's not for the most of us.
It's more than the average Rocket League player, I would say.
Yeah. For Rocket League, a Ryzen 3 is fine.
Yeah.
But if you do a little bit of content creation, a little bit more than us, I would say. But or you do drawing, card drawings or whatever. Yeah, when you need 3D animation, that kind of stuff.
You don't buy $1,000 CPU unless you're really invested into doing things with your computer.
Yes,
more than like the easy World of Warcraft, Rocket League tasks.
You need to have a specific task for it. But it's a budget option that sort of a budget option, if you will.
Within that kind of CPU
within that segment
range, it's a budget option.
It sort of rendered the what were they calling Intel 6900K and that series obsolete. So obviously Intel had to respond.
And they did.
And they did. With the i9 series, I'm not sure about all these numbers, but I think it's 7900X, the top one.
X and XC. They came up with a new CPU slot that also means a new motherboard line with X370, X390,
390, I think.
A full series, and this was obviously things Intel had on their table, but it was also pretty obvious that they kind of rushed it into market when AMD came out with their the Ryzen and the Threadripper. So it was kind of a response to AMD's play this spring.
Yeah, it was, and they're only just now released. What was the name of it again? 7980XE.
Yes.
We'll put the number here because I don't remember at the moment. Yeah. We should have done a bit more research, I see.
Well,
in the numbers.
In the end, the top of the line CPU, which is 18 core 36 threads. It's a $2,000 CPU. So this is, of course, you're kind of beyond enthusiast. You're over in like...
I mean, you can almost start looking at server hardware then, you know. But anyway, so... And it's not really that much faster than a Threadripper. It's a little bit faster, but,
it is,
but not $1,000 faster.
They're still in the lead. They still have the fastest CPU, but when you compare it to the cost... Not so much.
Not so much.
No. And then finally,
Vega released a bit of a release, I would say. The 56, in my opinion, is good. The 64, not.
Yeah, we're talking graphics cards.
The new Vega series from AMD. The 56 is is a little bit faster than the 1070 at the moment. It uses a little bit more power, but not a lot, unless you start overclocking, obviously.
Keep in mind, this is like AMD's poster boy. It's fanboy material. So for
stock settings.
For the vast majority, RX Vega was a bit of a letdown. The hopes were higher, and they didn't.
I agree.
They didn't fulfill their hopes, and
but now we have the scores. There's been plenty of tests. When you run them at stock, Vega 56 is faster than the 1070, and it uses, I think was it 15 watts more?
Yeah,
which is not. I mean, that's within. That's okay. Once you overclock it, if you want to overclock it, that's something many people do. Then obviously your power bill is going to go up a bit. The 64, nah.
No. I think the consensus is that for high-end graphics, gaming graphics, go with NVIDIA.
1080 Ti, if you're in that price bracket. And the 56 and the Vega 56 and 64 is very popular with miners as well, even more than the 500 series.
Yeah. Which is, again, another video.
The 500 series is more of a budget mining rig. The Vega 64, because of the compute power, because it has a lot more CUDA core, not CUDA cores, that's NVIDIA, but it has a lot of steam processor.
Yeah.
So it's a very good computing card for mining. So you can't get any.
No. They're sold out. And the ones the few have in stock are overpriced.
And they also are having problems sending out the chips to the third-party vendors like MSI,
Asus.
Yeah, Asus. They're just not getting the chips, and I think that has to do with the HBM2 memory.
Memory
shortage.
modules, which is kind of a special thing for AMD.
Yeah,
which is hard to produce, and they have to bin a lot of the things they produce. So
I think so. They can't. They just can't get enough. Produce enough.
No. And it's only
decent chips.
It's only Samsung. It's the only manufacturer of the HBM2 memories module. So yeah, but enough of that.
Yeah.
What's coming up in a few days is Intel's new line called Coffee Lake.
Coffee Lake. That's the.
I'm not sure if Coffee Lake is an actual lake somewhere. Sounds fishy. Coffee Lake.
Think so. It's a name.
It's a name.
It's a name.
Yeah. If there is such a place, I'd like to go there.
That's obviously, you can see now that Intel is fighting back against Ryzen, which is good. The i3 line is now 4 cores, 4 threads. You have the i5 line, which is 6 cores, 6 threads. And then you have the i7, which is it 1 6-core 12 thread? Was it both of them? I don't think there's an 8-core 16 thread. No. Then you have to go up to the i9.
Basically, Intel has realized that number of cores, physical cores is the way to go, and Coffee Lake is a response to that.
It is,
and we'll have to see how good it is. But for gaming, it'll be probably the fastest options. If gaming is the only thing you do, Coffee Lake probably will be the way to go.
I have a feeling that the Ryzen processors, even though they have a lower IPC,
it's the fanboy.
No. I think in heavily multitasked environments, they'll be a little bit faster still. At least than the i5s, maybe the i7s.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see the tests.
It isn't released yet. It's
October. It's not long.
3rd of October, I think.
4th,
3rd, 4th.
Yeah. So it's not long.
In a few days. In the phone world, of course, iPhone came out with their 8 and the X. Yeah, the 8, which looks exactly like. No applause for iPhone.
We have an audience.
The 8, which looks exactly like the 7, except it has a glass back instead of an aluminum back. But new internals.
A better camera, new internals, and
better
QI charging, wireless charging, because of the glass back.
And the X, which looks fantastic.
It's a very nice looking phone.
iPhone X is worth an applause. It looks fantastic, and they've gone with the all-screen line, which
copying Xiaomi, which was the first one.
Yeah,
copying. I don't know. Yeah,
they follow the trend.
Yeah, Xiaomi was the first one last year, actually, a year ago, and they also released.
And it's the most expensive phone ever released. Well, it isn't released yet, but it's the $1,000 phone.
It's more.
1,099.
I think it was and you, up from there, I think. What do you think about them? In general,
what I don't like about iPhone is iOS. The phones themselves are beautiful, and the iPhone X looks amazing. It's probably the best design I've ever seen on a phone. I just can't stand iOS. So for me, that kind of ruins the experience. It's the inside that matters. It's the inside that matters. Yeah.
I'm also heavily in the Android world, I have to say. And my reasoning is more or less the same. I mean, I like the iPhones. They're very nice designs, good phones, and but I like the openness. I like
talking about phones and Android. You've got yourself a new
here it is
phone. Is it not?
Oh
shit!
Look,
we're at almost past 14 minutes.
You can't stop now.
That's enough for this. We broke the time limit. We'll talk about the Nokia next time.
You promised me I could talk about the phone.
Have a nice day.
Bye.